Cool. Anything you want to say, JT?
No, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
That might be a little bit of foreshadowing there, because yesterday it was Mirage that Centers managed to get over on the Gamer Legion, so if Passion is struggling there, could be tough sledding. This is going to be a challenging one, I think, for Passion. Obviously coming in with a huge number of question marks. We'll be diving into the server just now, but if you haven't been paying attention to Passion, they were playing with Senzu. Suddenly they're not playing with Senzu. Senzu's over on BC Game. Apparently they found out the day that they were starting their Philadelphia 20 campaign. So it was all a little up in the air. SDY comes in. According to an interview over on Dust2.US, they got all of 3 days of practice with SDY. They had to go back to Europe. They had to come back through. Chaos. Pandemonium. All in all, and now let's see if they can turn that chaos into something here on Dust 2, or if the Sinners might just get a pass to survive another day.
Yeah, I feel like JT especially needs a lot of time to get things slotted in here and get his pieces running, because, you know, he does have a great system, but I wouldn't say it's exactly plug and play, especially when you're talking about some Die Young hopping in for Senzu in particular, right? The style definitely going to need to change a little bit in terms of those sort of roles getting adjusted here. Try and get set up for Try to get a fight towards B. He gets dinked down. So the P250 not as successful as they wanted here. But they're going to reroute this one towards Longer. This is a good decision here from Passion UA to avoid too much conflict early, especially with JT cracking things open. Minimal resistance to follow up here for the rest of Sinners.
That's that other P250 coming into play. They got two of them. Putting them to great effect, but JT will get no more chances to pull the trigger. Nice shot coming through from kisserek. Now it's just a bloodbath here, a brawl. Everybody's ready for the fight. There is a flank coming late, but SDY might need to get a move on. His teammates are dropping. So now I think they've bought him the time that he needs. SDY with the flank, with the assassination on the kisserek, leaves it all to Moto, who dropped down to try and find a new angle, but his position revealed is not long for this world. It's Nyx to hunt him down and bring victory for Passion.
Taking a confident duel right there, closing it out through elimination. Gonna swing for the fences in towards CT, close it out, and again, just a nicely drawn up play there coming through there with the option to move out of that B play if they wanted to. You let Try get a little something going, but you also have long control held together from Passion UA and gives them a chance to switch things up a little bit. A good bit of patience coming through there from Passion UA. But now they got to deal with the force buy. Sinners right back onto it. Gonna get a scout for Moto and the rest onto Pistols. Sinners definitely showing some great face yesterday in that matchup versus Gamer Legion. But I feel like it was those late rounds that cost them a little bit more. Versus Passion UA, you're going to want to clean that up, and if you can kind of talk things over in between that, this team could look a lot more lethal, but that is a deadly shot right there from Moto, taking JT out of the server.
It's an interesting point you do about the late round communication, the mid round communication, because one thing that they've already heaped praise on SDY, and something that you're going to be hoping he improves, is that communication. Yes, you had Senzu for a little while, but as we know, Senzu's playing in English is a little bit of a work in progress. They were still definitely working on getting him adapted, getting him up to speed. It's something they touched on, that despite the firepower that he brought, he did create some issues all of his own in terms of making it work, making the comms work, making sure they were all on the same page. And that's something that SDY, a many times IGL himself, will not really be expected to struggle with. The B site gets cleaned up, nice entries in, a little bit of damage back the other way, but now SDY getting himself some kills through that window. Means that this one is all about done. Good work from the new addition and clean work from Passion as they secure another round.
It's a composed mid to B attack right there. Again, you lose that opening pick here. You're a little bit concerned. Very similar to what they faced in the pistol, but hold off the patience. They let their B lurk come through there and secure up some space as well, and fight their way through the adversity of that B hold. Solid stuff from Passion UA so far, and nothing saved for the CT side. Is going to leave them a lot to be desired here in a round like this. That's a nice kickoff for Try on the rifle, handling the Deagle with ease.
I mean, one of the big questions right now for this team is who's going to step up to fill that firepower void. Flashbang going to attempt to cause them some problems, but blind or not, Kvem lands his shots And JT comes in to support his teammate as well, so the danger is pretty much out of this round. Shock with the deagle, the last element that could cause some problems. Shot to the kneecaps, but both players identified, both players eliminated, and Kvem nicely highlights himself here because he, I would say, is the primary candidate to shoulder that firepower void that Senzu has left.
Yeah, no question. It's got to be a little bit more setup around what he can bring to the table. And you're going to want to focus up on setting him up on these T sides as much as possible, getting that confidence. Same case for Try. I feel like those two are going to be shouldering the burden of that firepower drop-off that you're going to be feeling. If you can get that duo heated up, especially on a map like Dust2 here for Masada Passion UA, get that op out and running, that's going to be deadly here. But a fast long take, everyone blinded up for so long. JT managed to get all the way around the corner here, but he doesn't get to fire up for anything other than damage here. The op trying to follow it up as well. Moto gonna knock down Kvem.
Rough start.
To deal with him in the car position as well.
Yeah, they want nothing to do with this. They're just gonna leave some utility here to keep them interested and try and go for the rotate. They've had this presence from Try in the tunnels, and I mean, look at this. Sinners are giving it to them. If Try starts to work his way out, he's gonna have to deal with players through the door, but they're so very distant. Smoke to run towards mid. If anything, I think that might tip the Sinners off to this one, but they're not starting to rotate the numbers just yet. They're still wary that they could be working their way up the catwalk. Denial of the vision from middle means that they have no confirmation. Very timely smoke, but players are already out. Passed it. Needed that kill for Try. Needed that kill. Now there's no safe haven for his teammates. SDY, one man against the world. How?
Oh
what?
My God.
How is that two? Excuse me? It's not going to matter. But come on now, roll it back to years.
That's insane right there. He just tapped out 2 quick headshots, gives him a little bit of damage at the very least, given the situation. But big window of opportunity there in towards that B site is going to be shut out. And Sinners are able to react in time. There was a very small window of opportunity where that one could have gone awry here. But Shock times up that smoke perfectly and is able to isolate a target. That's a huge sigh of relief for Sinners.
Bro, what are we even talking about? Who's going to be the firepower? Obviously, it's going to be SDY. Multiple-time IGL at this point. Elder in his career. Ready to make it happen.
I mean, he's kind of going to have to at this point, right? He's going to be slotting in for a lot of Senzu's positions. And that means you got to frag.
Hey, look,
he's been hitting the
MVP
deathmatch.
of ESL Challenger Jönköping.
Oh.
With Monty back in 2023. I'm just saying.
That's
okay, I
impressive.
still
I
got
didn't realize she was the MVP on the Monty squad for one of those tier 2 wins.
Had themselves a Monsters tournament. Took that one over the, at the time, Eternal Fire, now Aurora roster. It was a heater during the Monty era. That smoke is not where it's supposed to be.
Was that a CT smoke?
Maybe
it was
smoke
from the A side. I think that might have been Kisserek who tossed it in. Sometimes I like to throw it in mid doors, but maybe a little wide on that one.
Just a touch.
It was him. Okay. Nice little confirmation. Another weakened B bomb site. Shock and Beastic have been playing outside of the site instead of in. I feel like that's a risky move here, given that once you lose control of that B site here, it becomes a lot more difficult to retake it, and they have lost control for sure. Beastic looking to cut off the cross, does manage to thread in a single kill, but the rotates being cut off by Try right now is the biggest problem.
He's letting them pass, though. And in the meantime, Beastic is causing so many problems. Oh my goodness, Beastic. And now you're totally out of position. Try can't do anything about this defuse. When do they realize, yeah, they're just going to be on it. He knows there's nothing he can do to help. His job was to try and limit these rotations. Instead, he lets them pass. And they punish his teammates for it. So, big missed opportunity. I'm not sure whether that was the game plan, whether he was supposed to be more focused on the tunnels control. But I think there might be some frustration that so much of the presence was allowed to come to bear on the B players. And that being said, Beastic did most of it himself.
Yeah, just a small overstep as well from Kvem, hands it over, and then Beastic makes him pay with the 3K in the end. Had the setup from that flashbang as well. Here's SDY getting out towards the long off the flashbang, just Tech 9 not going to be able to do much at that range. And Beast is going to find himself a freebie. Trying to set up some Young for some opening duels here, but one of those techs dropped 4v5 early. Center showing up on the CT side. Mid somewhat vulnerable here, but it's going to be the Deagle of Kvem to lead the charge. And those crisscross smokes maybe going to be drawn in as well.
Just the one for the moment. Looking for a shot off that AWP, hoping Moto comes looking, and he does indeed, but just as Tri starts to shift, so it's Moto who comes out on top. That AWP can be retrieved at least. And they're hearing these footsteps because the close player and B-Stick, so they got all the information. B-Stick's going to retake the space, confirm that they've backed off of it. He's got a very good idea of which way this is coming. Didn't hear any jump ups. So he's expecting tunnels all the way. 3 players going to be reinforcing that B site. It's not going to be playing outside the door this time. They've got all the control in the world. And kisserek's even now come through long. So they have every piece of information they could possibly want.
And even going to cheat and rotate over extra if they need to. Just come down to a hold, though. We'll see if they can find any progress. They are stalled out completely. Single frag there set up for Kvem on the op. But that will be dealt with swiftly. And Sinners, as you said, fully set up for success in that round.
So we are all knotted up early here on Dust2. And again, a reminder, if you're just joining us, this is Passion's map pick, and they've already indicated in the interview that there might be some troubles over on the Mirage, where we saw Sinners have success against Gamer Legion. So, important for Passion, I think, that they rack up some rounds here early on Dust2 to build that confidence.
Yeah, I think for me, it's my favorite map always for JT. You know, it's been Overpass. I think that's where he does some of the best work on the calling and the T sides in particular. But I don't think that's as much of an option if you have SDY having to rifle about towards that A side. So they're going with Dust2, putting a little bit more of that win condition on Tri here.
We'll get to the Overpass if we do get to the decider.
Really interested to see how that shapes up there. That'll be the first time they'd bring it into the mix with some Young. So we get to see how things shake up. JT likes to help out that A side as well, so it'd be interesting to see if he just stays on A. Or if it will actually be some Young playing in that department. But a nice HE to lift things off. Early damage.
Looking for the smoke pops. Oh, now Tri's maybe expecting it to come back the other way. Gonna play the fade. See if we can catch the kill here. See if a player's boosting something. Anything to give them a little bit of an inroad.
Gonna be a flash play here towards Cat.
There's 3 players set up. Yeah, 2 ready to take the fight. There's the flashbang for it. Beautifully done, but it doesn't quite land. Players swinging in, and the op goes chasing. Moto down. Now big trouble on, but kisserek at least can hold the invaders at bay for a moment. Smoke goes up to give them a bit of time as well. Do they want to risk it? They do indeed. JT was past it, and now this might just be a ripcord save pull for the Sinners. They've got to back away.
And it's just a second earlier on that flash play for Sinners, and they get the job done, but a second quicker for Passion UA. And so they get to avoid that utility to reclaim Cat and find that fight. Both teams had the same idea at the same time, but it's Kvem with the execution here. And JT with a decent bit of patience. Going for that trade instantly could have been a massive liability and an equalizer, but he tosses himself in a flashbang and gets an easy duel with his opponent looking the wrong direction. SNUA gonna reclaim that lead. Keep themselves nice and healthy here with 4 alive as well. But again, that round on a knife's edge there all comes down to a game of timing. JT able to thread the needle.
Such an interesting project, this Passion UA team. You know, in the era of international teams, Passion UA is really trying to push the envelope of what that can mean. I mean, before Senzu left this roster, you had somebody from every region of Counter-Strike, bar Oceania, right? You had a South African, an American, a South American, a North American, a South American, a Mongolian, and a European. You truly had Captain Planet coming together in a team. Now, okay, yeah, we've got 2 Europeans, so maybe slightly less. But there's also no telling that Young is going to be a permanent addition here. That remains to be seen. Good harassment damage here onto Shock. Make him uncomfortable. Try and push him off of that tucked angle. With a smoke up for the moment. Passion don't want to risk it. Just knocking on the door of B. Seeing if anyone was home.
Positioning here. Getting punished indicates where the opper was. So Moto tries to change up his play here a little bit. Catwalk is the biggest vulnerability right now in the round right now with your opper focused in on long. That can be a bit tricky to deal with, but they're willing to risk it with some of these lower HP bars. And I think they're right because this is going to almost certainly be a B play. More heavy through the tons side of things, trying to delay for as long as possible so that they can help out towards middle, but they're making moves out of tons now.
Nice shot. Follow up as well. Good hold. Bomb down on the ground. These mid players nowhere close enough to have impact just yet, and B-Stick finds the kill he needs to keep JT off their back. SDY and trying to make something out of nothing, and actually this might work. They got the control, they got the spacing. You have to cross Try, but you're able to do so, and now Try knows he can't let them into this. Well, it's time for SDY to get this bomb down, but SDY is going to try and make the bold move. Does he phase the smoke? This is ambitious, to say the least. Dodges the spam, at least for the moment, but kisserek puts him on notice. It'll come through the window. Kisserek, wise to the potential maneuver. New SDY would likely try and take the initiative, being under pressure, being outnumbered. And calls his shots out. Another round goes the way of the Sinners.
Yeah, tough shots for Try right there. Had to connect on at least one of them. Ends up dropping and leaving Subda Young in that tricky to deal with position. And the patience pays off for Sinners. They'll get the job done. Those quick rotates at the ready and giving over that catwalk control. They're able to get themselves in great position to help out that B bomb site through middle.
Quick bit of hydration coming in there for Shock. Hydration break for everyone in chat. Keep your fluids up.
We do got ourselves.
It seems like we have a technical
whole lot of day left, so make sure you're well hydrated.
For me, I think it's a drip feed of caffeine at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of the players can relate to that sentiment.
Slowly but surely. Oh, there we go. Already back.
We're back. Not a long one this time. There was like an hour one earlier, so I'm very nervous.
Hopefully we got that all out of the way, right?
Yeah, that's how it works. The pixies that were messing with the server, they've been banished. Yeah, we got them caught them,
full
put them in
solution.
little enchanted cages, sent them back into the haunted woods.
No longer in Atlanta.
Where do you think the haunted woods are, man?
I don't know. Probably Florida.
I think that's the name of an establishment out there. I know there is a certain magical place known to the denizens of Hot Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like we're going to get a catwalk play here. We got the bunch. We got the group. And if they've got the brunch, we'll see who's got the crunch. As I say it, they're disassembling. They're moving away from this. They're thinking it's too good to be true, so they throw the smokes, try and bait it at the counter utility. Kvem maybe throwing a little bit of a fake, trying to pull something here, but there's not any huge reaction. There were already 3 players here, so they don't feel like they need to make a big move, and Kvem drops down in towards CT, but Shock's ready and waiting. 2 to the 1. Well done for Shock. Good value out of his life, but it puts pressure onto Stressern on an island. Hedge spotted. Moto trying to support, but with Stressern gone, this bomb's going down. So an advantage for Cole. They got the bomb. They're outnumbered. They got a couple mollies for this. Nick's going to try and take the momentum. Diving out for the bottle. He's not expecting the second player to be so close, so JT tucks. Knowing to pass this Molotov, knowing there's at least one coming from the tunnels, he's going to stake his spot right here in the back of the site. Go for the headshots. Go for the aim. Fair chunk of that, but it's all in a moto now. And an incendiary could be a problem. Sure. It doesn't go deep enough, so JT's got the spray.
There's that clutch factor coming through from JT, able to pick up the mantle in that 1v2. Had a couple opportunities in the late round to seal things up, but Finding those isolated targets and winning some tough duels right there. Doesn't even take the headshot thing. He goes for a little bit of a different approach, and it works out wonders for him. That's a big lifeline here for Passion UA to try and take control here on this T side. I think X is going to be happy about that for sure. No question about it. You see him making that move with the molly out, a little bit nervous, but very nervous in the upper tons. That's a whole lot of presence spot and a whole lot of damage done as well. This was going to be an all spawn B call, but they just got fully seen. And now you're going to have to call a cancel. And the problem with that is, with all 5 players starting off in tunnels, you're going to have to rework a lot of map control.
This is going to bleed some time off the clock for sure. Fortunately, as we know, this round's pretty limited for the Sinners. They don't have a ton if you're going to sustain this, right? It's not like smokes are going to come in and bottle you up. Still, you can see how careful they're being with clearing out the lower tunnels, with clearing out middle, wary that someone could have pushed Cowok, that somebody could be waiting around every potential corner. And actually, they're going to come back into this B play, and there are 4 players here for the Sinners. So they haven't really flinched. They haven't really disassembled this initial play. They've just given it a slightly different look, and this could spell trouble for Passion.
Someday I'm already low here. They're gearing up for the execute. They're going to walk into this 4-man stack here. See if they're able to pass it. Moto going to be the first point of contact there. Stress Run already taken care of, and they are finding the kills to enter into the site, but there's that stack presence coming into fruition. Once again, JT thrown into the 1v2. Has a smoke down for doors. A molly going down deep as well, trying to cut off the contact there. Able to route around it. Kisserek has a chance of timing, and a 5-7 out. JT not dead just yet, though. Able to survive, but not for long. Kisserek will scoop up the A1 and deliver the clutch there. Deny JT this time around.
5-7 piece.
Little wave after that one. Little fun coming through. Oh, boy. JT not able to bring through the second of the clutches. Maybe not quite realizing how deep that incendiary had gone. Not realizing how close his opponent could get without ticking the molly. I think that might be what caught him off guard there, but either way. It was a well-fought clutch. And a tech coming in. Shoutouts NVS on the cam right now. Trying to sort this one out. Legend of the NA LAN circuit.
He's going to get it sorted quickly.
Good old Ed.
We got the in-ears back in the ears. That's always good news.
It is, but this music is not good news, Cole. If I know one thing, it's that the music is not good news. We've got some very bright peripherals here. That is, I mean, it's SDY's got it too.
On Passion UA, yeah.
It looks like someone spilled whatever turned the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles into the mutants all over their keyboards. Was it the ooze? Was it called the ooze? Is this before your time, Cole?
I only know the Ninja Turtles from Fortnite.
There's a season. That you said that. I hate that you said that so much,
where they had the Ninja Turtles involved. So that's kind of my knowledge.
I've got some crazy, haunting animatronic movies from the 90s for you to see sometime. Or maybe they were puppets? I think they were puppets.
Puppets kind of freak me out.
Should talk to somebody about that.
Nice. 6-7 Fortnite. Hey. Is that why we put that up there?
They're just giving the people what they want.
Yeah.
Smoking towards middle. Utility looks like Passion want to move its pack in this one. Still a huge chance. If they can crack through this round, the money's going to presumably be broken for Sinners for the last as well. So, serious chance to make this a 7-5 if they can convert. But with limitations on the T side, they want to go quicker. And once again, the stack's in the right spot. Nicely read from Sinners. Can they execute? Trades. Immediately, Goose player gets chased down. And while these players stuck on the ramp aren't able to do much more, nice shooting from JT. And this one's all Passion all day. Shock just going to try and keep his gun alive. Give them something to play with in the last. That is a nice response to the last clutch from Passion. Just hit the accelerator.
Yeah, they were fast on that catwalk play. They had some great flashes to back it up. Saw that Sitters had a flash at the ready in Goose, but Passion UA already around the corner before they realize and collapse so quickly with those flashes. Just not a lot of output coming through from that duo on the site proper. JT and Kvem, definitely a lot of output from them. That has been a bit of a theme here. Again, picking up the firepower here is Kvem up the catwalk, finding those entries there. JT just backing him up with a little bit of extra impact. We know JT has the capability of decent amount of fragging here. A lot of clutch factor going on as well that we've already seen in this this first half. So see if they can continue things here. Another timeout, though, called. Saw TC at the ready for that one. Want to make sure what happened just 2 rounds prior is not replicated here again. Another scrappy purchase coming through here from Sinners.
He's a doctor, you know. Not anyone's ever brought this up before when discussing TC. But he does, in fact, have a medical degree.
That's so impressive.
And he said, I could be out here saving lives, or I can try and save some lives in this Counter-Strike server.
Well, you can definitely see that the research skills, all the hard work, definitely paying off in the Counter-Strike server, because I think that TC and JT have come up with some of the most creative stuff that I've seen.
Somewhere out there, a disease has gone uncured.
Yeah.
Well, we've gotten some great Counter-Strike games. So
we might need you on the hantavirus. TC.
Nice damage. Not actually really doing much there. Shock managed to just duck it. He went with the old strategy of if I can't see it, it can't hurt me. And it turns out he was correct.
Just look away. That does feel like how HEs work sometimes.
Object permanence. It's like, you know, a toddler. Hide your face. They don't know you're there.
Peekaboo. Speaking of peekaboo, there, Kvem getting a couple chances. Nice headshot there on a B-stick. It also connects on the moto. The flash play out long. Oh, it doesn't work. Shut down with the double there. Stressard somehow able to recover for the second.
I'm going to say that's a new teammate type of round. Just that little half a second of lack of coordination, of not quite hitting the timing on the flash out through between SDY and Try. New teammates getting used to each other. These kind of things are going to happen. Double pushing towards tunnels, though. This is going to take a lot of the information, a lot of the space away, and now they can continue to send kisserek here on this flank. And right now, at least Passion aren't checking for it. So he might have a massive opportunity to disrupt this play, but it requires the A defenders to hold up, and Moto can do nothing of this sort. Still, a retake's going to be on, but this bomb plant definitely can't be denied, and now they're definitely going to be aware that catwalk is a possibility. Shane Molotovs to slow that down. They've lost track of the long player, but Stressern cannot find his kill. And look at the health on Shock. Look at the health on Nyx. It's only kisserek who's got a full belt. And it's just him alone now against 2, and there's no reason for them to give him a fight. Smoke to try and limit the vision.
Okay.
Takes out the box player. Nyx is a little further along than he's expecting, perhaps. kisserek gonna go for the check, gonna go for the defuse, gonna go for the stick. And here we got the Kukli jump, but he's not around in time. kisserek just locks it in. Balls of steel to send us to the half. I know what that word means. I think everyone in the world of Counter-Strike knows what that word means. We got a little bit of the pop-offs coming through from Sinners. It's not quite as much as the foot replays we had earlier, though, Cole, so I think we can even talk over this one. Pretty even at this point, coming on through. 6 all at the half, and hard to split these two teams.
Surprisingly, with as many countries as Passion UA represent, no Polish on that squad. Making sure to try and enter in towards this B-bomb site. A little bit of team damage and a double inch are going to make things very simple here for Sinners to try and claim this pistol. It's a full retake through the tunnels. The role's reversed now. Try not very happy with the start of that pistol here, but we'll see if his teammates can recover. B-Stick trying to find some ground here, but they're not making much on this Passion UA side. Some Young has a little bit of armor. Was thinking maybe of bailing out of this one. Definitely thinking about it now that no fights are presenting.
Yeah, he's trying to bait anybody in. He was checking the flank. He's thinking, just give me something. Some sort of way back into this round, and none will present itself. Quickly dispatched. Well done from the Sinners. Just a straightforward play, a straightforward couple of kills, and a straightforward round to start off their T-side campaign.
Nice little B-rush here. We've seen a lot of slow pistols being played out this event so far, but an off-spawn call there coming through for Sinners to just take over that B-bomb site, and they just instantly deal with the pressure.
You know, you were saying no Polish representation. I think, I'm trying to remember, I think JT has an apartment in Warsaw now.
Okay.
So maybe honorary there.
Yeah.
I seem to remember that's where he was based for his European stays.
I know there's a good location in Warsaw that a lot of people use, so that would make sense. Whenever Passion UA are playing out,
to represent
yeah, they might be playing quite a bit there. Whenever they're getting the reps in, got the double scout here on Dust2. Always like to see that. And Trice, he's a smoke he can block from a mile away. Good allow for Kvem to also sneak his way in towards lower tons here, so a little bit of pressure being put on. Both those scouts put in towards mid to try and play off that gap in the smoke.
Yeah, they're just praying somebody tries to take catwalk.
There's a second one.
Please.
Can Kvem block it? No, just barely missed. Oh, there's still a gap. Maybe he did hit it, actually. Enough disruption to create that. 2 smokes used, both with a chance to allow these scouts to thrive.
Exchange. Kvem down, but a Deagle finds its way home. Shot through the door. Looked good. Clearly wasn't. And as this starts to get low on time, I actually think this is where it might favor Passion. Sinners want to have some sort of map control or man advantage to show for all this time that's been whittled off the clock. When you start to get into 30 seconds, which is what we're hitting, you get more nervous against these limited buys. It just takes a couple fortunate Deagle shots and suddenly your tempo is completely upset. It's going to be Try on the ramp with that scout. He could be dangerous with this. Flashbang's good, but he ducks the first, tries to dip back up. Second flash catches him, can't quite find those headshots. Body tags aren't enough, and they're getting ever closer here to getting this bomb planted, but there's only 8 seconds. They need to stick this, and now JT has brought his damage to bear. It all falls to Moto. 1 man against 4, as his teammates have just disappeared. JT Pogo sticking here with a dig. Now he's got a teammate to roll with him, so the double swing this, and the trade is good. Masterfully done there from Passion. I think the time came back to haunt the Sinners. Just had to rush it towards the site, and JT punished.
I mean, JT and that Deagle there always has a little bit of potential, but that's ridiculous. I mean, they are scaling so quickly. If he didn't have the bailout option from JT right there, saving him from both site and CT, I mean, Try's not walking away with much more. A phenomenal sequence there from JT all around. 3 kills in total, and again, just picking up and leading the charge for this squad. You're gonna get a full eco Glocks. coming through here. No investment. That headshot sounded scary.
But it felt good. That's through the door.
Felt good to look down and see that you're still 71 HP, that's for sure. Got a nice helmet on that thing.
Always wear the proper workplace equipment. These players are just being whittled away. Nobody's healthy on the center side. Moto, the last one with a full belt of health. And now the kills start to stack up. Just blocks to show for it in this round, so if they can bait out more of the util, that'll be nice. That is a bit of a big if. As the Passion players have realized it's an eco factory here. And so it's time to strike. JT, 17 and 10. You know, in the firepower versus communication conversation, I will say bringing in a player like SDY, where he can do a lot to fix your comms, he can do a lot to give you the information you need as an IGL to pick up some of that mid-rounding burden. That's going to free up JT to think about his crosshair a whole lot more.
Yeah, no question about it there. That might be a big factor there coming into the mix. Bit of a faulty boost to start things off with a chance to actually fight up against Try. You're going to reassemble it on the right side now, and both shots miss. But not shying away from the duel is Try. Does like himself a bit of damage with that scout. He has to worry about the lower tons presence, though, and his instincts kick in there just in time. Smoke for the mid doors, and a little bit of contact spotted from Kvem before they can make their move. It was a challenge out towards middle early. They catch that visual. Gonna head up catwalk instead. JT set up a bit of an aggressive stance right now. That smoke's still in bloom, and Center's just once again willing to draw out that clock a little bit, but they're gonna move a little bit faster here with this mid to B smoke. And I think they're going to speed it up here to 10 now. Willing to take that target in towards the B-bomb site. Try able to find one through the smoke, but Kvem already taken care of, and it's just Nick X on the back of the site. Able to isolate one frag here. Needs a multi. He provides it. And is going to offer up some much-needed relief here for this retake.
Big moves from Nyx. His B-stick get cleared. He does indeed. SDY with the drive-by. Leaves it all onto Kisserek, who at least gets the bomb down. Now to play off of. Wants to fight through the door. Sustained against multiple enemies. And Try with Moto's op will lay him low. So an upgrade for Try. He's done his work with the scout. He's done his digging. Now he gets the luxury vehicle.
That's such nice work right there. Able to find that one kill through the mid to B smoke as well. That's going to help out big time. That is a nice connection there onto his counterpart. And ends up coming through with the close. On top of that, you got Nyx with the multi-kill on that B bomb site. Willing to take up the mantle of more tricky positions. And provides a much needed multi-frag here for Passion UA to secure things. Gonna try leading the charge here with that op now in hand. Gonna stretch out for the peek towards top of middle. Gets a shot off here. Worried about the lower tons presence. He ignores it. Not worried at all here. It seems he's gonna get a second shot, and that one is gonna land. B-stick can't believe his eyes.
You know what he really is? He's trusting. He knew. If no one got me, JT got me. He's not gonna let me die to these lower guys.
Yeah, that's valid. Got a lot of trust in JT too, as you should when he's 17 and 10 right now.
Mm-hmm. It's giving you no reason to doubt him. The calls have been good as well. The reads, the responses. The CT side has looked good.
Look at the long hold. Try's already repositioned from catwalk to long. Smoke going down at a really promising time here. Good luck trying to get past this duo. One good flash can help him, but the op moves away. The flashes don't connect. And Kvem has an easy spray down as they're pushing through gray screen.
I mean, what do you do at this point? You've got 40 seconds. The bomb is stuck top mid. Strassen's trying to create some sort of a space, but they're not even going to be able to link up the C4. Even if he somehow took A here, it might not matter a jot. Instead, they keep the record sheet clean on the Passion side. This one is starting to look quite compelling for Passion. It smiles here for SDY. He's happy to be back in the server. happy to be in a new jersey. We might need to update the flags on it, I'm noticing.
We'll get that later.
Get a sticker. Put one more Ukraine flag over the Mongolian flag.
I mean, given that it's Passion UA, you'd think they'd have a couple more of those jerseys. Maybe just not present.
I'm sure they got them on deck.
In Atlanta right now, but they
Extra
probably got it.
spots. That's a nice opener. Kisserek, not the usual suspect on that AWP, picks up the big green, takes his spawn, and executes.
Ooh.
But they're going to need more work, and the second player behind catches Strasser off guard, so it's still even Stevens here. And with this control up top mid from JT, there's no bailout option. So Trias his work cut out for him on the AWP. Having spotted that they're not withdrawing from long, they're going in to support him. Everybody's rerouting here. A little bit of a fumble to get everyone in position, but with the stall out from Sinners, it works out nicely.
Going to be an HE to try and blow open the smoke here. Deny across as much as possible. Maybe Try just going to keep it posted. That's why.
Boy.
Big old gap in that thing here. That's going to give him all the vision he needs here. Almost around the edge of that smoke here. Still taking the fight is kisserek. He won't shy away, and that'll make him pay. Their Try will get taken down, though, in the end. Nick X, the element of surprise. He's trying to find an angle. Dropping down, though. Moto with the AK able to deliver. And Sinners are going to keep things in the running there. Keep things close.
Not exactly clean, though. Oh, man. Dropping down, full spray, trying to recover it, managing to do so at the last moment. Pure chaos at the end. I mean, the gap in the smoke is troubling, right? Against a guy like Try, against the hot hand there. That is a huge risk, and they were very nearly punished for it. Still, Sinners with a breath here, and they're going to try and go fast. Okay, here's the momentum. They found some space with this previously. Now an incendiary to punish, brings out the smoke early on, allows STY to get here in towards the pit. Now Try catches B-Stick trying to get back out of there.
I'm so impressed that Someday Young is able to get towards the pit and Try setting his teammates up with utility. That molly going down to force him out of blue bin. And they managed to reclaim that long control despite the risk early. Even an extra rotate from Kvem jumping over in towards that B-bomb site. Can't hurt with the extra helping hand.
Smoke goes down
Moto
for
can try to find the equalizer.
Allow tried to focus on this. Doesn't have a nade to pop. That's one critical detail, but if that smoke fades, they're going to be in big trouble. Kvem, nice play off of the flashbang. Gives them a little something early on before they start to get in towards that site. Yes, JT's a dead man, but he's bought time. Precious time for his teammates now to come into bear. STY's getting closer, and they may not even need him. Moto's alone. Moto's in no man's land, and Moto just wants this all.
You're gonna have a while here to hold on to that weapon and see if Nix wants to chase things down.
Can't give him his kill, though. He's back in the round.
Oh! Yeah, the B bomb set a little bit more open up than you like. Smoke goes down here, but a chance still to route through. He doesn't want it, though. And he also didn't have any ammo in that op. That's probably the bigger factor.
That does hurt.
Have to get that reload off first.
Hey,
so back away here, forced into a save. You think he's got that? Maybe. Kvem was a little bit low.
Little kickabout over here.
Yeah.
At some point, Passion could think about this hunt. They wanted to confirm they weren't coming for the round. That's been confirmed, and it seems like they're okay with letting him have this AWP. He can have it
on the escape right there, but that's the extra influence of JT, setting his teammates up with flashes, also just being on that B bomb site in general. The element of surprise there for sure. As Sitters turn the corner, after they lose that long control, the fact that Kvem is able to jump back there, get in towards that B bomb site before the mid to B play comes through. Passion UA going to be very happy with that round. Opening play working and good rotates in the 4v5 is going to do you a lot of favors.
Just 2 rounds needed here, and with pistols raid on the other side, this one could be a little softer. Let's see what Moto can maximize out of this one AWP. Can't catch them on the cross. While he's trying to assemble the boost. Try is looking to play a game of Battleship. Put them through the door. Oh, boy. Millimeters. I think that was millimeters.
Oh.
Pixels.
He's got the lineups, man. That is terrifying. Moto watched that bullet whiz right by, and he didn't want nothing to do with anything else.
Popped right off that boost. Said, actually, you know what? I'll take a different fight.
I'd like to play out this round a little while longer for the best here. Trying to set up something here, but a lot of work needs to be done out of the AWP here. Rest have pistols. They're going to try to work through mid to B. There's where the rifle gets involved. Lots of chip damage, no kills. And the Molly going to force him back.
Great Molly there, because you don't want to get overwhelmed, having already been spamming a little bit with the A1S. Only got so many bullets for this. Give you a chance to get a fresh magazine in, get the refresh up, and it seems like they are going to group towards B. So it's Kvem and Nyx to deal with this.
Got a HE ready for Nyx right now. Try and do some damage as they make the entrance in, and there is no utility. So it's largely going to be a contact play. I wonder if Moto is going to lead the charge here in that department. HE does go down early. It's going to chip Shock down even lower.
This player through mid could be a problem. Tries watching it. Need this Deeg shot. Nyx got the one. Looking for more. Swinging in. Finding exactly that. Plenty of time to go for the refresh. Knows he still has Kvem to come into play. That's the bomb dropped. And, well, that is the round over. Moto, you are far too committed to be backing out now. Off down in the dirt. Nothing doing here as Sinners try and keep passion off of their first map win.
Yeah, it's a big risk there to have your Opper try and play that first point of contact, but I think that's what they needed. Just a chance there on a Nyx to try and find that shot. You know you want to bait the pistols out in general, but... Oh.
That's... Talk about visualizing your feelings.
Yeah. Well, he had the chance with the deagle onto Nick X, and that shot looked close, but it was not on the money. Not happy with that one.
Some people talk with their hands.
Kvem on the secondary. Ooh.
Kisserek talks with every limb. Oh!
Oh my god.
Where did that shot go?
Yeah, it went through his fingers. He might be missing a pinky here, but he's still standing healthy. No damage.
I'm gonna watch that one back later and think, what the hell?
See if that calls him here. Would have been nice to take down that secondary. We've seen a lot of mid to B plays here. We haven't seen a lot of cat takes from Sinners. Been, for the most part, avoiding this side of the map here. Going to finally maybe give it a go when their back's against the wall. And they're still going to have to deal with that secondary op. See how effective Kvem is on the AWP. Only a single flash to get them up.
That's the only flash, though. That's it. Now he's got clear vision. Clear eyes, full heart, locked in scope. And no one wants to brave him. Knowing that they're coming in dry, they're like, Moto, we got you an op, bro. This is what it's for. Please, please give us some space to get this bomb planted.
Shock
playing this late. This is a nice idea. Get two! Oh my goodness! Massive impact here to give his teammates a chance. And with this bomb now planted, this is a whole different ball game. Hilaki util's not going to cost you as much here. So now they need to get back across the angles to Passion. And they've managed to cross the off. Kvem finds a kill as well. Now out in the open. Moto exposed. Didn't realize SDY had gotten through. And so it all falls apart despite the heroics from Shock. This is Dust2 secured. Passion strike first.
How they need to just operate here on their map selection coming through there with a little bit of challenges in that first half, but being able to recover in a big way on the second there. We saw the impact coming through from players like JT, from players like Kvem certainly having their way. And this round in particular, in a certain sense.
Yeah, you season 36 of IEM, him, 2 Intel Grand Slams. Sorry, ESL Grand Slams. Yeah, you know, they're basically the same thing. Basically the same thing. We are diving right back into it here. The action is happening. Map number 2 is underway. It's the Mirage. Setting the scene for you if you're just joining us. Sinners did take this map off of Gamer Legion yesterday, and we heard from JT in the pre-interview with Stunna that if there was somewhere that could be vulnerable in this veto, they have been struggling with their Mirage. So, Passion looking for solutions, Sinners looking to perhaps punish an aggressive move early on as Nyx goes looking up the middle, and his sustained fight will eventually see him the victor, and everybody's dying for Sinners. It's just on a stress iron, trying to find some headshots, trying to find some something, and there's nothing.
That complete lockout right there. No access gained there on the A site. They have a well-staffed bomb site there to hold up against the quick play. And they don't lose all that much there. Nice start for Passion UA. Kick things off on their defense. Had a similar story there with being able to capture the second round. Didn't win the pistol on Dust2, but got quickly activated with a force buy now. Sinner's going to look to apply that same pressure. They get a force buy going, but they didn't get a bomb plan. And they are started off with another early play here, it seems. Almost timing that one up nicely as Kvem, but he spammed all his bullets, so no ammo left here for the hold proper. Another clip spam down range here, but will connect on a couple of headshots. They're using those bullets efficiently right now. Whips the sidearm out, but he gets bested by B-Stick here. Someday Young already on the scene. Is going to leave Moto into a 1v2, a winnable one.
Boy.
Connects onto another headshot here, and a late flank is all that Tri can provide here. With the bomb still down, though, Moto going to look to play this one patient.
But he's trying to go back to the caps. When does he realize he doesn't in time? Had no idea, no awareness that the long flank could be coming through. The clock in his head didn't sound the alarm bells, and Moto will suffer for it. Still great damage done, but that bomb plant would have been such a difference here going forward, Cole.
It would have been, yeah. I mean, a round win would have been promising as well. Being able to create that space, just didn't realize how quickly that flank was going to come into fruition. That'll be tough exit. We did see Sinners also get caught in the force buy traps. Constantly going for those investments. They just give a hero rifle to Kisserek. And Beastic gonna have to be the sacrifice in this next round, but at least they're not falling into some of those same woes there that they had on Nuke yesterday. Ended up going down, what, 6 rounds early, and then they got an op-out, and Moto was able to get a couple of kills, and they started to stabilize a little bit.
Certainly chasing those forces. What can kisserek do, though? Create some space, hands in his pants, hands on the mouse. Might as well have been in his pants. Not getting anything done here. It's all on to Shock. A deagle at hand. The bomb, at least, he can get back. It's tucked into the door here for safekeeping. That's going to need to be some snappy shooting out of this Deeg. And has been spotted. Will dance in the air, trying to track ahead, and there's nothing doing whatsoever. No problem for Passion, and that's a very comfortable round for them. They're going to be very happy to take those 4 alive players and start to build some bank.
Now even pick up an AK right there that was dropped there. You know, probably talk about Tri getting onto that op. We dropped in the pants. I don't know.
I'm still just thinking about that photo. His hands, they just... Where'd they go? Where'd his torso go, Cole? He's all leg. Ooh, nice kill from Nyx. Goes bold, catches one. Loses his teammate though off the flashbang, but SDY, not to be cowed, swings right back in. And it's Sinners on the back foot off rip once more. 25 seconds into the round. They're already under siege and stressor, and it's not getting easier for him. Nade sailing over. He's down to 34. What can he do? Another one.
No
Another
way.
one.
Oh!
This poor man. How's he alive?
I'm going to say, where's Tri at? He's over there towards A-man, so I think you're safe from any more siege of that utility. But you're not safe to this flank here. Someday Young started the round off in underpass. He's now pushing through A main. We'll see if you can gather the information, right? You should be getting the rotates now, given that there is absolutely no pressure on this A side. And there you go. JT is going to shift himself over.
Yeah, they've got
still a little bit of contact
all the
here to
information
take
off of this.
On the catwalk as well.
He doesn't want to commit too far in until he's got
how fast this flank can come through here, because they're already contacting their way out in towards this B-bomb site. JT going to be in charge of buying a little bit of time. Want to slip the gap, but the second not so fortunate. Kisserek going to hit the deck, and that's the alarm bells ringing. JT now fully aware that this is a B play here while the flank is continuing to rush things down. Someday Young will fall here, but Kvem from the catwalk is ready to cut some heads clean off right there, and a 4-0 start for Passion UA. Clean as can be. Oh.
I'm back. I'm not sure if you lost me.
Yeah, I think Discord died.
Okay. I was going to say, I lost you. But we're back. We're back into the fun. We're back into the action. Hopefully, we're still coming through ably on the stream. Minor technical difficulties. Things happen. None so far for Passion, although I don't think they realize the player's already into the window.
No.
SDY hasn't been punished for that just yet, but Strassen's got an opportunity, and he's going to start to close the gap. This could be a problem. SDY coming back for the check.
Ooh,
There's
timing's perfect.
There's the punish. Could JT trade it? Wants to swing back in. Wary about giving up the next kill, and he's getting chased down. That Khalil's going to be effective, and suddenly all the A defenders have been wiped away. Despite the money that they've got in the bank, there is a strong argument to be had for Passion to save these two guns and get out of there.
Yeah, just a perfect timing right there from Strasson. Here's the util. And that's his time to pounce, managing to find a multi there. Absolutely massive. They're going to have to back away, as you said. Hold on to a couple guns here. But a great way for Sinners to revive themselves on this map of Mirage here. Need to get something lifted off, and getting it around early with minimal investment. And a whole lot of prizes to be found here. Is that op at all recoverable? Or was it just a rifle that Tri still had? I believe that is the case. So they pick up all the guns they can find. Stress aren't able to catch him off guard there in a big way. That window boost, just a very clear gap in the defense.
Yeah, I don't know whether he thought the incendiary would have covered off a little bit more, but he clearly didn't realize Stressern had already gotten into the corner. So now this gives a big opportunity on to Sinners. They've got the op as well for Moto. You've got the investment here. They break the economy if they can win this round, if they can punish Passion one more time. Game would very much be afoot. JT under siege early, but he's good for the first at least. Now ducking behind the boxes, has to survive this incendiary. This Molotov goes out a little bit ahead of it, and his teammates have now rallied to his banner. Try, no scope up the stairs, leaves Moto alone. And now everybody is truly here. The bomb's down to dirt as well. Tries trying to avoid giving up his kill. Those shots don't find the kill, but eventually Kvem does. Beautiful sequence coming through from the Argentinian. That is an immediate answer to the one-round win of Sinners.
Yeah, great stuff coming through from Tri. Great stuff coming through from JT as well. He's under pressure. Getting caught by the flashes. Still finds that opening pick there. And a second off the flashbang of some Young, but look at Tri with that no scope. What could have been a bailout opportunity if he's able to collect that frag. A chance at a bomb plant. You get activated in the post. Got a missed window smoke. Out of the gates. A little bit tricky to throw. Oh, what a chance at the shot there for Moto. I've been seeing Sinners toss it in a couple different ways here to try and sure up some of the different movement issues that have been taking place there with the window smoke, but JT taking a lot of flag working around these angles. Still in a position of strength given the top mid peak from Tri and the underpass coverage, but you can't hold on to that forever. At least that's what Tri feels. Sinners hoping the play comes to them. They're not in the wrong mindset in having that idea here, but fully assembling in this mid setup means there's probably not going to be a lot of further aggression. It's another missed window smoke.
Comes the move. Leans over towards B, at least for the moment, which means that you are going to have Nyx on a bit of an island. SDY is coming for the flank, but he's reading this wrong. He's going back through spawn. He's thinking that it's the setup for A, and he's going loud for it as well, so the Pals player might catch him. No. SDY gets that kill, but now it's up to Nyx to try and hold on, and he could do no such thing. So despite all that information, despite the man advantage, it's ultimately going to be a retake required of passion and a lot of time for that bomb to tick away before they get anywhere close. They do have the 2 kits. That's not as much of a concern. Need to find some sort of purchase back in towards this site. Kvem, the market player, everybody else coming up. Cat. Nice shot early for JT. Dynamic combat opping here, and they know where the last is. Shock. Dealing out headshots, but not enough. 3 to his name, but needed a little bit of contribution from somebody else in a Sinners jersey.
We'll see that back from JT right there, diving through the smoke.
That was nice.
And finding the kill on Tomoto right there. He had very low HP, but he was hoping to just be the sacrifice for his teammates to trade. Instead, he finds the frag. Try finding that opening pick there. There's some Young, as you said, fast on the flank, but there you go. What a nice shot from JT. And some Young able to clean up on those trades.
Continuing to strong
retake a scary situation.
We saw from JT on Dust, right? That's nice. Speaking of strong form, Kvem deals with 2. I think ended tops of the board on Dust2 as well, if I'm not mistaken. 20+ kills for the man, so he is having a good one, and they're going to need more of him in this round. 8 defenders haven't been able to hang on. Lost their bridge. Oh boy, Kvem gets a rifle out, but not in time. Beastic pivots. Try, though. Wants to ask some questions. Oh, and they will be answered.
Quickly, what's around that corner right there? Kisserek able to clean things up. Making some risky moves are Sinners. Pushing through that smoke, certainly one of them, but the perfect timing. Kvem caught with a nade in hand. Can't get his gun out in time. And that play ends up saving them big time. That's a quick 5v3 that does crumble down the rounds that you can't afford to lose there if you're Passion UA. You've got Kvem heated up and delivering, but when it comes down to a break of that economy here, it's a big pressure point right now, and Nyx sent in to the Wolves here early. Moto gonna find the connection through the smoke as well. And now Passion UA up against the 5v3.
You still have your heavy hitters in Kvem and Try. Looks like they might just try and group towards one of these sides, see if the presence comes towards them on A, and if not, well, you got a tidily packaged save ready for you. Sinners, meanwhile, letting them sweat, seeing if the response is going to come in. And deploy some util in towards middle. A pop. Catches. Not quite a kills there in HE for this. Incendiary, that's not going to be anything approaching enough.
For Stressarn out of position here. Problem with this round is it looks like it's going A. I think it'll soon reroute towards B when it's called clear by Shock right there. So potentially walking into the stack, but good read coming through. Shock finding an open bomb site.
He just cleared it. Peek out from the window. Kvem catches something. At this point, yeah, if they can just keep the guns, they'll be happy enough about that.
Sinners clawing their way back into this T side. 2 rifles held onto from both Kvem and Try is super nice, but they need something special to set them up in this next round. So that Nick X was willing to sacrifice a lot just going forward. Ooh, Kvem, oh my god. Heard the drop there, but doesn't prepare himself for what's around the corner there. Shock able to surprise here. Still have that lurk as well. Chance there. Onto another frag. They're taking down Try. Not going to happen.
There's only so much you want to chase this up as well, right? Even with the T side and the advantages economically that you get there. I don't want to lose everybody. So one gun will survive through. I don't think they're going to put anything around it, but, you know, it's something. Try is shown to be capable in the past. Where you put that 1M4? You got 1M4 in the CT side, Cole. Where are you putting it?
No, I was going to say, not a bad idea to gamble stack, but okay. A little boost action. Help out with the A main hold if it comes through. Can also cover a bit of a surprising angle and connector. So not a bad idea with the one rifle. But Sinners continuing to hold this default has been one of their bigger luxuries. Some of the faster plays have been punished. And we'll see if Shock goes to the same space creation that he did in that last round. Feels a little bit more risky to walk out onto a site in a 5v5 though. But
Yeah.
not seeing any utility is maybe open access.
Especially knowing how likely it is that they're going to be playing a stack somewhere. You're very much on your fact-finding mission. They actually do seem a little bit dedicated to what they want to do here, right? I'm surprised there's no Palace Lurk to maybe give them a little bit of an option, just some sort of presence towards that side of the map, but it's going to be B-Stick trying to hold. They filter through the smoke on Khan, and now there's an extra rifle to be gained. And while the site's been lost, the bomb's going down, but you can take 2 rifles out of this. That's not a bad result for Passion.
Yeah, take what you can get here. Opportunity with an extra gun. Not all that bad here. Now gonna look to lock things down here in the save. Maybe do some exit damage. Try and set up some Young with some better weaponry.
I was going to say, that's the question for Sinners. It's not even so much just about losing your own guns, but it's about giving SDY a free rifle. A lot of the presence in apartments could just stick around here. I mean, it'd be nice if you could take the actual guns out of their hands, but this is going to be the risk. Does Shock want to try it? No. Seems like no.
Young can turn the corner if he wants to. Gonna try and keep his rifler safe though, with the extra
Everybody
coverage.
knows where everybody is, and they all decide, let's live into the next round. This is okay. We got what we wanted. We got the round win. You guys got an extra rifle.
Deal's a
Everybody
deal.
get what they got.
See if Sinners can keep it up here. Up against another gun round. AWP included in try as well. He's going to try and post up. Early mid play coming through here, but yeah, nice little gap there in the smoke to work off of. Top mid smoke could cover that cross in towards the top of boxes though. Early work through the underpass for B-Stick. He's around the corner already. Takes a bit of damage to that HE, but overexposed, and that's going to lead to an opening death. As you said, that communication not fully there. And you see that Nick X is tossing utility, so that's going to queue up Shock to get aggressive out of the apartments here. He's in the danger zone now as well. And Shock is putting a lot of pressure on this B-bomb site, but it's held together. Nick's able to find a very important frag here, but still leaves him in a man-down situation.
Keeps it from totally collapsing, at the very least. But that was a really nice setup in towards mid. They left Moto patient as well to wait for the Khan peak, knowing that eventually SDY was going to get curious. Ops here to support. Try though. Flash catches him trying to get out of the window. Nix manages to connect another, giving his team the possibility, and that bomb is now painted into a corner. Both defenders here with 40 seconds. They can wait for this flank from B-Stick. It's going to be a long time before it comes to fruition. And in the meantime, Try's hunting up his teammates. Kisserek dancing around on the site. JT now knows. Why are they pausing? What are they waiting for? And the answer is this player to come through market. Check in. Ooh. Dancing, dipping, diving. Had the right idea, but B-Stick had the snappier shot.
Able to chip away at some damage right there, but B-Stick is quick on the draw, able to deliver and deny JT another clutch. And it's going to continue to claw things back for Sinners. A much needed round. The rotates in the reads coming through from Passion. You get the players where they need to be, but that late flank in the bailout option there. A necessary headshot.
XM out. SDY's got the XM. Auto shoddy on this map. Playing cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess if you get tucked in towards ladder room, it's not all that
like
bad.
Apps, Palace, Ramp even. Con, you can do it if you've got the smokes. I suppose the same logic applies towards cat. I can't say that I love it.
Yeah. There goes his smoke. He's not going to be able to provide too much support for Kvem, who's going to eventually walk away. Doesn't want to stick around towards mid for forever. And Nick X forced off of the line as well. This is tricky stuff right now. The map control slowly being worked away from Passion UA.
Maybe you should have stuck around here on Catwalk. Now he's got the XM back sight to try and deal with the cat take. There's a player in ladder. This is what Sinners wanted. Now they've got that forward positioning. Now they back away. They move these players through. They're going to try and presumably go for an A hit here. And then they've got B-Stick left in to punish the players as they try and rotate into support. It's a good read. We see 3 players bunched up on B. They're going to be pretty isolated from this defense. Which means that JT is going to have to do work with his long-range angle.
He might have to play non-committed here as well. As you can see, his position not all that exposed. Gonna play more of a retake approach here. HE to blow open the smoke for Kvem. He's got the other rifle. It does create vision, but not the kill. Stress aren't able to keep these contained. There's that auto shot. He ringing out, and there's JT with the element of surprise. Looking to deny the bomb plant. Just chips away at the HP. But still a 4v3 to work through, and now evened out by the HE here. Moto with the op, almost dropping to that AK. But there's a motion here from Try working into the site with that smoke still in bloom. He's able to catch him by surprise, and Moto running out of HP. 7 health left. HE will do him in. And it is right on target here. Passion UA with a cherry on top of a decent half here for themselves.
some nice moments. There were some nice moments indeed there for the Sinners. I find myself always pausing now when I know these player packages are coming in. So with my eardrums shattered. Some of these players got the pop-offs. Try some frustration, but man, he had some great moments as well here, Cole.
Yeah, I mean, still have to be proud about, especially with the ending of it. But Sinners did get their way back into this game here for sure. Now they got a CT side to rely on. A little bit slow to start in that last map of Mirage for them on the CT side. We'll see if they can get themselves a pistol on this map to help them out. Right now, B is fully free.
Nyx just went for the full Adventura mid in the first half pistol. Look for a moment like Shock might want to try the same. It's Beastic instead who's being left on this. And he's blocking smokes, kicking him past. Now he's got vision. That could be a big problem, but it could go back the other way as well. Shock dipping in. The 2-check vets making good on the start of this pistol round. Now we'll see if they can deal with the advantage. There's no one on B, and the bomb's in the apartments. And there's no one on B. And if Shock dies, there's no one particularly close either. But he's alive for the moment. The bomb trying to cross here, risking it. Will be planted. Deep control out by the shelves. Does kisserek prepared for this? No. He has no idea. He has no idea. That's a freebie right there, locked in. And a man advantage stolen back away from Passion with good control. Only catwalk for players to get back through. And with his deep apps control, they know everything. But Kvem still is the first one to die. Now Try wants to get a little bit closer so they hear the player in the apartments as well. They're hearing his footsteps. Now towards the E-box. JT is good to defend. Dancing around the empty pillar here, buying a lot of time. The lack of the kits is going to cost them. There's just no chance to win this round. Kill you might, but win you cannot. So Shock is dropped. And now things get a little dire for Sinners.
Whole lot going into that round right there on the fly for Passion UA. That connector smoke getting blocked obviously makes them instantly have to reroute the game plan there. But you're able to create some space towards B just off the setup alone. Sinners never wanted to rotate even in that 4v5, and again playing retake without any control in that B side of the map there. It can create a big liability as it did in that last one. Nikex takes the space here. Got a force buy called out though. Just continue to be persistent here for both these squads. After losing the pistol, catwalk setup is looking very promising here. Crossfire in order, but only a 2-for-1 in favor of the T side here with that crossfire setup. Still 2 more B players at the ready. One boosted up. The Deagle shot's just not landing for kisserek right now, and that's going to cost him dearly. And Nikex going to continue to fire up here with the Mac 10. Last alive.
There was some serious body shot potential there, Cole. They couldn't get it through, but there was a chance.
Gee, the headshot there out of the Deagle. Couldn't quite find it. kisserek giving himself a lot of opportunities, but pressure going to start to mount on Sinners here. Down a map, down a couple of rounds here, and forced onto an eco again. Out towards middle, though. That's going to help. Moto with a clean shot to open things up. Limited investment, but already a little prize here. And kisserek with the element of surprise. Oh no, that's Beastic rather.
Gives you something to work with. Double pushing towards ramp. They're going to try and catch somebody else off guard. It'd be Nyx here. But he's not overextending, at least for the moment. Possibility gets the headshot here. Damage onto SDY up towards middle. Could be a nice find for kisserek. Nyx has not cleared his corners. Could get knifed. Is going to get knifed. An 8 kill onto Beastic, but some extra money made there for kisserek. That one's going to sting. Right between the ribs it goes.
Moto's on the scene.
It all won't matter unless Moto can make some magic happen with this Deagle. Teammates are trying to rally to him, but it's a long way away. The cavalry. JT challenges, and he's punished for that challenge. Bomb could be retrieved, but now Strasser's closer. There's some risk here. C4 goes down. Strasser maybe doesn't want the range fight. Look at the health, though. Try and SDY, both vulnerable, and now it's all on to Try. That's where the last player is. Swings on out. but locked in on the angle. Kisserek starts it with the blade, ends it with the rifle.
Yeah, tough stuff right there for Passion UA. Early opener from Moto, then he continues to land those headshots with the Deagle. This time around, able to find a couple of key frags out of it. And limited investment, but a big round. And again, just a very similar case to how things were going yesterday. Able to get a little bit of space towards a main, find the backstab, win yourself an eco. They did not look back after that versus Gamer Legion, and opportunity just presents itself. You can see what that means for them. Just window smoke again. Passion UA this time. Almost caused stress in his life here, but this time Nick X is not the one that's getting cleared here, but not able to secure the kill. Able to back away though. Apply some chip damage and deny some information.
Seems like we're going to get the hit in towards B. Bomb's postured out for this, although they've still left some options open for the bailout through underpass. And as SDY takes space, well, that kill might persuade him to go back the other way. JT chases the wrong player in the window. Moto stuck around. Now that bomb is exposed. The op came off the angle, but Kvem doesn't know that. He's a little nervous about trying to get back this C4. Nix, though, if he can get the C4 over, has made a ton of space, but SDY takes his eyes off the prize, and it's the killing fields for Moto. Just fish in a barrel right now, an op down a long hallway. Moto will take that every day of the week, and there is very little Nix can actually do to get back into this round.
That's a tough one for Passion UA. They had every opportunity to bail out. Obviously, you don't know that the opper is moved off the line, so Kvem is so nervous about walking into the angle and giving up a duel to the op.
Ouch.
Someday I'm missing out on a key duel as well. Round just starts to fall to pieces. Right here, Stressor walking through the murder hole. That's almost instant death right there. Instead, he walks away with the kill.
Little update from the A-Stream game. Close your ear holes if you don't want any spoilers for that one. That was Na'Vi Gamer Legion. Saying it now. Na'Vi scraped a 13-11 third map of Mirage through to secure their spot in the playoffs. So they do send Gamer Legion down, but another really strong series from Gamer Legion. They are making a habit of having these late games, these nail-biter finishes against some of the best teams in the game.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with what they've been putting out there. Even yesterday, had some difficulties versus the Sinners team, but still making things interesting here. They're going to be scary in the lower.
Smoke gonna go over. That's about all you got. Just a little bit of utility to try and create some space, and well, you have not. Complete demolition here. No fear for the Sinners. And they close the gap to 1.
It's about how those a-holes looked yesterday. Just complete denial. Great setup with the counter utility coming through. And they will just pluck them out of the palace drop. We're going to see the guns come out once again. But not the prettiest of buy-ups here. Got yourself some sacrifices. You don't have an op for try. Some of these key details going to be missed. Speaking of which, another missed window smoke. I don't know if they've hit one yet. That's a big problem to have that consistent come through. They spot try heading in towards the top of boxes. He's able to chip away at some damage.
That's one of those ones as well where you can't be like, new team. We don't know how to throw the Mirage window smoke properly. Roster change doesn't really change that one, guys. Oh. Pop up and over. Molotov can always make good on what a smoke cannot.
Gonna walk into the Moto op here once again though, and a multiple player setup here on the catwalk. So we'll see how effective they are at getting by Moto, but he's given himself a lot of runway with this AWP to try and block him out.
There's a smoke drawn.
Ooh.
Where is it headed? It is headed for that window. Forces the reposition. Trying to catch a player here. Do they realize he's gotten out with the empty pillar? Combat opping now, dancing around this. And his teammates are here. SDY needs to do the damage. Can't anymore. It's on Kvem. Through the bench. Goes to the sidearm. Collects. Gets himself the op. We know he's capable with this gun. 20 seconds, though, to try and get that bomb back and try and get it planted. Smoke to try and draw them closer. Forced to peek off the catwalk. Player, they're giving him the fights, and now he's got the C4. Oh, this is on. But a player's already gotten out the window, so he knows he doesn't have the time to actually stick this. They're just toying with him. They're keeping him off of that plant, keeping him off of the potential round win. And now he's just praying they let him live, and there will be no such mercy.
That's brutal right there. To tie things up and to rip every last dollar out of the bank account of Kvem Round after the time expires. He's not going to get any money for that one.
No cash. No loss bonus. That stings. And so already what was going to be an eco gets that much worse. Kvem with $100 after buying up his Tech 9. Leaves JT right now to try and find some solutions. Timeout going to be taken here from TC. It's the first timeout as well for Passion. Now that we're tied up, this is where TC wants to make his presence felt.
Yeah, no question about it here. This is big pivot point. If you could snake away an eco exactly as Sinners did to you, that's a chance to bounce back here, but there's a big if. As you said, they're going to be rocking with even less here. We'll see if they have anything cooked up in terms of an execute. That A-side play got punished severely, so you might want to avoid that. B-side is giving you opportunities. This time the window smoke does land. So good news for Passion UA. Third time is a charm. He's still going to walk himself up middle, and they're not watching this. JT going to fall. Playing on the edge of the smoke there, spotting out even more information, though. P250 does land some damage, in SDY there to finish it off. A1S scooped up. Not a bad exchange here for the T side to work with early.
You'll take it. Anything, certainly. That might give you a little bit of a path into this one. Now where do they want to group? Now they got this idea. 2 smokes and a flashbang to work with. Oh, 3 smokes. Okay, never mind. Now this is positively an execute.
Go up catwalk here with this scaling utility. Smoke for window, smoke for the connector side. So a lot of potential here, given that you're seeing shock transition out of market and in towards this more mid-centric approach here. Moto with a lot of responsibility on his shoulders right now, again, on this B side.
And he goes deeper into the apartment. So if they can draw his focus, now he's spotted the player. Now he knows, but he has to dive out the window and straight into the waiting arms of his opponents. Shock just trying to hold a little bit of presence on this site, but the bomb's getting planted. And with an op in the hands of Kvem, this retake gets that much more difficult now. Although, if you kill him... Now Try gets his opportunity. Rifle strikes in. You know where the last player is. He's got to swing. Op wasn't prepared to capitalize. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, my God.
Smoke. He gets back away. Somehow those shots don't connect. But Try slipping around the smoke. He's knifing in it. And Stressor knows. He just needed to connect one shot. Well played there. Time enough for the defuse.
That's brutal right there. Another near missed opportunity there for Passion UA. Felt like as soon as Kvem went down and Try scooped that op up, an opportunity to put the finishing touches on this one, but not meant to be here. 2v1 secured from Stressor on 16 health.
Don't worry, boys. Don't worry. Didn't throw my...
No big deal. Doing what they do best here on Mirage. Getting their head back in the game here. Again, off the back of that eco, have yet to look back, and they've got Passion UA stressing big time here.
Audio issue coming through, a little bit of a headset problem, so just a quick break here, hopefully. SDY, you know, he's had a few years in the server, needs to get his catnaps in when he can. Relating heavily to him right now. But, okay, we're leaning forward. So we are locked back in. That meditation got to go quick. This Passion need to get this round. It's not quite do or die, but it's the next best thing.
Yeah, I'm right there with you here. The momentum swinging heavily in favor of this CT side. And Moto able to pluck one out early here. Try barely able to escape with his life, and at least Nick's able to close things out with the elements of surprise.
We've only got the jungle side. If a smoke comes through, their vision's going to be severely limited.
Don't want to rush things just yet, though. They're going to back away on this T side, trying to make more things work here throughout the map. Smokes go down for, again, connector and window to hint at the idea that they want to scale through catwalk, but Sinners are ready to pounce.
It seems like they're wary of the aggressive push. You can tell right now, look, Kvem is expecting a player to potentially come down the underpass. And meanwhile, Nick's had eyes.
It's a full collapse on middle right now.
Entire time. Oh boy. Okay. All right. It's all coming in. All four players from both sides are going to be brawling here. This is going to get real weird. JT takes first blood. Kvem drop. That's the bomb down as well. So somebody's going to have to retrieve it. And this is working out well for the Sinners. They stacked up everybody here. They've
those resources
to getting the reward.
They bombed down an underpass still as well. So they got to scoop that up first things first. It's just going to leave them so separate. Try is going to grab it. 30 seconds left. And a shift walk through apartments. Going to be a tall tale to get them at the ready here. There's not a lot of time to continue walking things about here. Nick X showing his position. Finds a kill. And creates a little separation here right now. But again, shock is going to be the element of surprise. There's 10 seconds left. I mean, simply put, knife out into the bomb site here for Try is the only option. Bomb on the floor. Round is over with. And Shock delivers the headshot to seal it up.
The mercy there is that no one dies after time. That is a slim mercy for Passion. Clock getting away from them. These last few rounds in general getting away from them. And we see the frustration writ across their faces. Try always an expressive one when these rounds don't go their way. That bomb being dropped in underpass that really just bled so much time and limited what they could do. So JT trying to calm down the troops, trying to rally them. This is actually one other factor that's been mentioned in terms of things that SDY can help out with. He's helping with some of the emotional leadership, calming people down, keeping the energy high when the moments come in. Maybe some aspects of JT's captaincy that he would rather focus on the tactical aspect of the game. So having somebody else to take some of that burden off of his shoulders could be helpful as well.
Definitely should be the case there. Someday I'm looking to help out in that department here, but this is a tough one to claw back from. One critical error has compounded into what, 6 rounds in a row here for the side of Sinners.
Aggression.
Now B-Stick looking to
going
get
for the
pressure
killing
up
blow.
towards the top of mid. Ooh.
Catches the counter punch going back the other way. That one's going to pressure him. And so Sinners maybe overcooking this one. Trying to get the knockout blow and costing them, leaving themselves open. See if the remaining 4 can recover here, Cole.
It's just a nice and kind of rare opening pick here for Passion UA to slow things down. A lot more prepared for the top of mid aggro. You've seen them get caught by surprise with that in the past. B-Stick's been able to walk away with at least a frag. And not the case this time here. And a bit of a different direction here. They're going to group up and say, you can collapse on middle all you want. Kvem's going to be ready to deal with that, but most importantly, that A bomb site is super vulnerable here. The execute coming in, flash is well placed, and there's open access here. The only thing you got to worry about is smoke breaking. And smoke spam, in fact, a big problem as well. And there goes the man advantage here, disappears.
Equalizes. At least the bomb plant. That's not going to be denied, and they've got some decent control out towards Ticket. Moto's watching this, though. Don't want to overextend. SDY is going to have his work cut out for him.
He's going to set
Try
up the flash here
behind.
for Moto.
Maybe play on the line. Yeah, SDY sticks on the front of this. Oh boy, recommit. Thought about getting out of there, but now he leaves himself totally exposed and tries looking the wrong way at the wrong time. Blinded up, it all falls to Nick to the transfer. One more. Cannot collect. So close to the W. But it's Stresan again. The load-bearing column of so many of these retakes keeping the roof of Sinners up and keeping them going towards a map 3.
I mean, he said it just a couple rounds ago, but do not worry when he's last alive. Able to deliver once again here, just not enough health for Nyx to do much else in that corner. Stressarn delivers once more for his squad here, looking to push them past the finish line. And that comes at the hands of a man disadvantage right there, that 4v5 and an open A bomb site. Desperate times call for desperate efforts, and Stressarn is ready to get them there. Opening pick dealing with SDY. Smoke down in towards the underpass is going to lead to Kvem spamming as much as he can. But no damage really connecting, and everything landing for Stressarn. You could do no wrong. Takes try down low. Oh, he's going to spot this boost out here if this is the effort. Going to flash for the catwalk peek instead, and that is well set up by Try.
Should be 8 rounds in a row for Sinners if they can finish this one off. Kvem looking to ruin that streak.
Ooh. Timing for Moto. He's in the danger zone now. Not going to continue the spam here. Kvem not going to give him a peek either. Playing this a patient one for both sides. No one wants to make an error here, but eventually Moto going to get bested by Nyx lurk through Palace. The rotates coming through there, trying to get them through connector. First things first, that flashbang hurt. Nyx knows there's one close by, but all of the help is on the way.
That's such a huge smoke. Trying to spam it back the other way. Beastic does in fact collect, but it does leave a player super isolated to clear out Firebox. So far, he's gone overlooked. Kisserek might be able to get a kill off of this. He's going to get a freebie. JT totally exposed. Trigger discipline for a moment. But now Nyx needs to try and rally, and meanwhile, he's been lost. It falls to a wounded Try. 14 health to try and deny this defuse. Kisserek will go for the tap. They want to bait out the peak. They know they have plenty of time on this clock, and Try's not reacting to the first. They come in for the clear. Shock just goes looking for it. They have so much time, so many chances, and the defuse does come through. 8 rounds in a row for the Sinners. A map that seemed to be spiraling out of control, a series that was getting away from them, Cole, and they grab it by the horns and wrestle it right back into their grasp.
See you soon. No, traded out quickly. So, yeah, you get to continue your CT side effort with that knife round victory as well. So,
is there anything worse than a guy who just tries to run the clock like that in a knife round?
That's my probably biggest pet peeve. When I have to watch either my teammates do that or the other team when it's like a 5v1 and you're just on the other side of the map. Oh, it drives me nuts.
It's like, I get it's Overpass.
That's a pregame tilter for me.
I get it's Overpass. I get side matters a whole lot here.
Yeah.
But like, come on.
In that case,
honorable
if they were
Bushido
both right-clicked, I can see a world where JT can kind of get a little isolated duel. And I think they were playing that knife round like they were both right-clicked, so. You know, makes a little bit more sense in that case, but you're playing Dust2, you're trolling on the knife round. I'm muting you in pregame. Just saying.
The philosophy of the Xner. Dooley's out here for Kisserek to try and hold on to the monster tunnel. And it seems like pressure is going to come towards B. Shock first contact. Now the Doolies activate to great effect. Oh my goodness. Iron Curtain drop down in defense of this site. You're not getting through. Brick wall built. No further ground taken. The Sinners will not be allowing you in.
They pick up right where they left off there. That's going to be a big encourager to try and keep things rolling on the CT side. Dooley's just looking perfect for Kisserek. You know, that guy can be a beast on the pistol round. Able to do a whole lot of damage and denying access towards that B side. Full eco. Barring try, just getting a little something here. He got that kill in the last round, so he'll go for a deagle. But this is going to be a potential free farm.
Stress in. Fucking this down. Now a teammate to support as well. No reason to give up too many casualties. And now 2 players down. That's exactly the too many casualties. You don't want to leave yourself terribly exposed, but rifles can be retrieved. Nick's grabbing those. Maybe wants to ferry the extra over towards Try, but Try checking the flank.
Not a bad idea.
Players are very isolated for Sinners.
See if there gets any opportunity here for Try. Checking this corner would be a big surprise, but kisserek can handle that with ease. Big advantage on that angle. Nickx going to turn the corner, and anyone has to be scooped up for Beastic as well. So a little bit of damage here and there. Not bad. Find a couple of kills, drop a couple A1s. You will take it here.
Opportunity, right? I mean, especially on Overpass, when you start to pick off a few of those players on the CT defense, you create those holes that you can walk through for a bomb plant. There were definite routes towards a comfortable plant there for Nick, so giving him a chance.
I mean, on top of that there, I think economy management, one of the most important things for your CT side. As soon as you get broken on the econ, can shift up the way that you're even able to play out these rounds. Can delay out ops that are so important on this map. Saw that Moto had a great Mirage there as well for himself. So many opening duels. So many multi-kills. So you're going to want to get that out as soon as possible. Unfortunately, a little bit of respect on a full eco is not all that bad. Here's why. When you're just playing the A site with rifles, it's a lot harder to be encouraged to take a stance in towards bathrooms or in towards divider, things like that. So you end up playing a little further back on the site, trying to hold on to your util instead. And this just leaves you that much more vulnerable to the scale. There's the information though. There's that util instantly being dumped. So this isn't bad protocols here from the CT side. This is a good move from them.
Oh, the smoke fade. Here comes. Nick's just right on the edge of that, trying to make a move through. Does he have a flashbang to support? He does indeed. Caught him a little bit, and so Strasser capitalizes instead. Oof. Not the way they drew it up. They were hoping Nick's was going to open the door, let them get through. Instead, it's going to be SDY to try and do much the same. Molotov to push Moto back.
20 seconds.
Bomb's still out here towards long, so they are fully committed towards this A play, and everybody knows that over on the Sinners camp, they've got all the numbers. What a transfer!
What?
Okay, you can have everybody and their brother on the site. It doesn't matter if you can't hit your shots.
I can't lie. I didn't think there was much of an opportunity for Passion UA. After losing that opening duel, sitting Nixon to certain death, the fact that they're still able to claw their way out of it, lose his body early. Stressor not blinded up at all, but there's a big find from SDY. Finds the equalizer, and then the spray transfer from JT. Looking clean as can be. That's a problem. Sinners knew what was around that corner, had the resources to punish, and could not quite find the shots to back it up. And finally, for Passion UA, it's a much needed relief. They break the dry spell, carried over from that last map, and they do so by overcoming the odds as well. Ooh, a little double boost on top of the sandbags for the rifle. I really like this on these scrappy buys. You almost certainly don't account for this if you're Knicks. And at least he gets to avoid that contact, but it's going to be the information nonetheless. And again, you're going to have one of these situations where you probably can stack up a decent side of the map here. Send those extra resources towards A, but one less player to worry about there with Someday Young again finding a big pickup for his squad.
Gonna keep the possibility to just rotate down open, so it's gonna keep B-Stick locked in. But we may eventually want to try and pressure this flank just a little bit more. And as he's seeing nothing towards B, it allows him to keep the stack assembled.
Another situation where you know what's coming around the corner there. Moto caught by the flash, so able to fish what he started and not reacting. There's Nyx in time. Has to turn quickly there, and Shock still holding the line there with the 5-7. Keeping them at bay. Another frag on the Kvem as well. That 5-7 packing a serious punch, and there's no chance for SDY. Dropped by Kisserek for free. And Shock showing up on the site this time around. Sinners have the numbers, and they got the shots to back it up.
A frustrating round for Passion to deal with here. Not one they were hoping to account for. Now they've got to contend with a serious momentum stopper and now a built-up bank over on that Sinners side. They got everything they could want, so Passion bringing out the hero rifle on Kvem. He did have a lot of impact across his first two maps. Give him an opportunity on that jump, but the shots don't connect.
Wall bang damage hill. That's even.
Yeah, both ways.
Going for a little bit more.
So ideal here. They're going to group, move towards the fountain, try and shuffle this around. Hands off the rifle as well to the next armored player. SDY, you take this thing. See what you can do.
Been finding a decent amount of access for himself, so not bad to give it to the hot hand that's been able to pluck a couple out towards this A side. But it feels like same old here. Sinners just always have a little bit of short control and that extra rotate towards A.
Very much has been the case. They expect to double up towards long is the big question, right? Not looking for Moto, so he punishes them for it. And this is great positioning. Bomb down to the third. JT just nothing to do except die. Comfortable. It's exactly as you painted it, Cole, with that vision towards short, with that extra bit of information. They've got the extra numbers here. It's just so comfortable in the site defenses.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need the quick rotates when you already got them in position. And that's the intended goal from that set play from Passion UA. You get in towards front of bathrooms and then you explode onto the scene, but there's already three ready.
It just doesn't feel like we've felt a legitimate threat towards the B side of the map in so long either. Now they're going to try and remedy this. Yeah, the numbers here early, right? They're like, okay, something is going wrong with our A takes.
Why is there always an extra player? It feels like you're playing 5v6 in a certain sense, but this is a great reaction from Sinners too.
Oh yeah.
Condition them
smoke fade
to need some pressure towards B and then try and get a little aggressive with the multiple players towards A, and it's completely blindsides try. An easy pickup for an opening duel, and there goes your A default, so guess what? We can send a little extra resources towards B, and Stressard still wins the headshot angle duel. Oh, this is getting plucked to pieces right now by the side of Sinners. Always working with that extra bit of information.
Shot from the barrels. Not missing a beat here, staying alive, going high, ducking down low. Ankle shots. Eventually he will falter, but by this point, he's had a teammate retake his position, so they're never going to expect that Kisserek will be here, and they may not even have to reveal it, right? But there comes the killing blow. Kisserek deals it out. Very nicely done. This is a B-Stick masterclass right now. Changing up the way you go about getting that aggressive positioning, that information, right as they try and adjust to deal with your pushes short. That's beautifully done.
You're just staying a step ahead of your opposition right now. And that's right where Sinners like to be. And every round, try and change things up a little bit. And yeah, much needed timeout. Gonna get TC involved here.
This is where we're seeing the limitations of Passion's playbook right now, right? They do not have the full depth of their playbook. They've acknowledged they have like 3 days of practice with SDY. They're very much still going through the install, you'd imagine, getting him up to speed.
Yeah.
And it means that there's going to be some limitations. There's going to be some training wheels. Yes, it's just one player, but this is already a Passion team that was looking to build on themselves, that had already had some struggles this season. So definitely not going to be ideal. And as you go deeper into the series, as you get in towards the overpass, a team like Sinners that have been playing together for a while with this 5, I think we're seeing some of that advantage come to bear. They're certainly making it look good.
There's most importantly going to be gaps in that default there that are being exploited so nicely by the Sinners here so far.
Credit to the individuals. It just feels like Sinners in this entire series, we haven't seen a weak link. Everybody is having their moments, and everybody's capable of delivering. Nades onto Shock, so that's a little bit of an adjustment. That's a call out here. Now can they capitalize? Because the cavalry has arrived. They've got the numbers, and kisserek is delivering. So even with those 2 HEs landing on Shock's head, he still collects 2 kills to trade back the other way.
6-1 already. It has kind of feeling like it's flown by.
Oh boy, it has. We've been blitzing through these rounds. I mean, that one was trying to up the pace right over towards B, and once again, Sinners just knew exactly where it was coming.
Starts off with a nade stack on the barrels. A promising idea, but it doesn't land the killing blow, and Shock finds 2 kills from that position afterwards. That just feels like gameplay gets disrupted in a big way. This time, another big default towards the A side, but look, I mean, short control once again manufactured by this defense. Trying to keep Someday Young at bay as much as possible with the spam. They're going to reroute this one back a little bit more heavy towards the B side. So they want to set up tries so that he doesn't get taken down early. Maybe late short control or a monster pop in order. But with that short control, you start to rotate off here. And this is a good reaction from Passion UA. Only a single defender. I mean, not even close by. He's in graffiti right now, so it is free real estate for now. Nyx has the pressure up the short side. It's actually JT that's going to fall first instead, but the site is somewhat controlled here by the T side.
They got an opportunity. They've got an opportunity. Bomb going down. SDY as well, late coming through, hoping that somebody's going to try and go for the wrap onto the monster tunnel. They've got some extra elements. Try. That's a massive find. And a boost up in towards heaven. Nyx trying to peer over, but he's got to be wary about the player who's closer at hand. Just hoping that Strassen's the first contact on this.
He's got Kvem watching. So there's the backup here. The flank from kisserek, though, could make him pay, though. They're so patient on this retake.
Time's the issue. Time's the issue. It's getting away from them. Nice check for SDY. Spidey sense tingling, and Nyx activates. It's been a long time coming, but kisserek was hollering, and he got a response.
And that's, I mean, a good reaction there, especially off the JT timeout coming through. Allow them to have that short control. They're rotating the B defender off the site. This is a known quantity here for Passion UA, and that is a great reaction coming through from them. Walk out of Monster, let them have that short control, let them weaken that B bomb site themselves.
It's a shame we don't really have any
space towards A.
We don't really have any chirpers on the Passion side that I can think of, because that would be a perfect time to chirp back. We have any trash talkers on Passion?
What about Someday On? I mean, with the Monster squad, it always felt like there was, you know, a decent amount of energy and chirping, but I think that was maybe was more feeding off of the rest of the team.
It didn't come from SDY, man.
Yeah,
he was letting everybody else shout, and then he was like, all right, guys, shut up. I need to call the play. I think you got to push SDY pretty far to get him to chirp back.
Definitely a wake-up call, though, for Sinners after the chirp. Got to back it up. They're going to try and make a move here. Smoke spam coming through there, actually, from the T side, doing quite a bit of damage, but Shock able to hold the line once again, running out of ammo. Has the backup from kisserek, but he's got to back away. A little bit of a fumble in the movement, but he's got time. Flashes go high, diving out of the heavens, and Try is going to tick in the flames, taking down Kvem, and Try going to fall shortly after. Someday Young doesn't last long either. And this time it is a quick bounce back here from Sinners.
Boy, that for Passion felt like a round that should have, in many ways, been there. So many of their engagements, right? It feels like they may be coming in with the advantage. They've got a CT on the back foot. You got kisserek fumbling the movement, trying to get over the site. And yet they can't capitalize. They can't find those. They're just half a tick too slow or half a tick uncoordinated. And it's going to punish them. It means all their momentum's gone. It means all the money's gone. They're back onto the Tech 9s. And you just lose your opportunity to potentially build what is a very difficult T side to put together. Only 3 rounds remaining here.
Got to give yourself some foundation. Highlighted that these CT sides are going to be very tricky without Sinzu rifling over towards that A side. And I wonder how they're
Even
going
just
to...
one more feels like it'd be nice here, right? Just to get 3. Gives you something. Moto doesn't want to allow it. Bomb plant would be huge. Need to scoop that bomb up if they're going to do so, and it's in the killing range. Eventually will get grabbed back of the dice. I think they might be able to plant it before the long player gets around, but they want to gain some forward space. Okay, bomb money at least. All picked up for Nyx. Tried doing some damage with the Tech 9, but it's only a matter of time before he gets overwhelmed. So the round never in doubt, but money at least secured for the next.
Maybe giving themselves a good buy-up. Center's playing reserved, allowing for that bomb plant to go down, but making sure that they trade things out effectively. No big concerns there for their side. Ooh. Trying to give themselves some wiggle room. As you said, one more and a pistol to back it up in the second half, maybe. That'll make things a little bit more manageable, but see if they can get into that conversations. Got a scary CT side, but you know, usually their T side also deadly when they were playing out this map with Sinzu.
Look at the way they were holding back, anticipating that aggressive play around Fountain because of the deep smoke that they'd seen previously. It doesn't come this time. Instead, Shock tries to take the space here at Monster, and while it is traded, that's a pretty good impact for Nyx. Damage onto kisserek as well. I think they're going to be okay with that, right? They're going to have limited some of the aggressive information play, at least for a while. And
there's a small window now where you know there's not an opera on A to back it up as well, so maybe you want to speed it up. But bad news here for this T side is that there's a whole lot of riflers at the ready. And that short or connector reroute that they're hoping for is also being blocked by Moto's op.
No easy answers. Even if you do manage to take the A site, if you're not prepared for stressor, and he's going to punish you.
He's going to activate through the long flank, though, is the question. Looks like he's trying right now. I mean, he's going to make a move, and it's also being held for. Flashbang does not work, though. You're going to hope that this play comes to them, and Kvem will be patient enough to collect that kill. Only stress arm very low on HP here on the A side.
Gives them something. Gives them purchase. Long player came off. Kisserek swings around the dice just in the nick of time, and he's denied the bomb plant as well. Oh, you better get a move on, and there's no such opportunity afforded. B-Stick seals the deal, and Kisserek's starting to have a whole lot of fun with this one. Check the car? Did he say? Did they call Dice car?
I don't think so, but he was kind of close to APC. So maybe he was referencing that, but that is definitely back of Dice. Either way, he goes overlooked.
Different teams at different calls.
Guys, check the car, guys!
There it is. He was kind of close to it.
He's feeling himself, man. I mean, 12-5, you know? Maybe the chirping fuels him.
He was looking super stressed yesterday as well, right? But this is the other end of the stick right now. The confidence coming through from him. He has every right to be right now on this CT side. Looking for double digits? Is that what it was? It was the pants?
That's all that did it. Strasser aren't down, though. Advantage, at least for Passion. As we said, just one more round would be all the difference. Kvem goes ahead of his teammates. No one around. It was just a solo mission, and now it's a solo death. Completely untradeable.
Space towards B, though.
This is some good space. It is indeed. Shock's under pressure. Gets that nade out. Almost finds Nyx.
Got more HEs in heaven as well.
It's not going to find the right target, but it will soften up the bomb planter in SDY.
Kisserek down. This is the numbers that they need, health or no. As long as your bodies are still up, they can pull the trigger. And so Shock and Moto need to put some serious work in on this retake. Shock wounded as well. And Moto with that AWP, the low health, doesn't really change his math. Goes to the rifle instead to try and make this happen. Swinging back in, running out of clock, running out of time, has the kit. But they're all bunched up and no one wants to give him a fight. No one wants to give him an opportunity. So Moto has to force it. Swinging through. Next victim found. He's just got to stick this. But as soon as he does, they're going to peek out. And there's no time. There's no chance. A third round at least. The slimmest of margins as Passion will try and fight their way back into Overpass. Passion and Sinners. One way or another, this one ends. One of these teams is eliminated from the Intel Extreme Masters Atlanta 2026. And well, for both these teams, that would be a bitter pill to swallow. Sinners getting a huge opportunity to gain momentum headed into that Cologne major. And Passion UA still feeling a little bit of their NA DNA, trying to rep the home crowd, but Kisserek wants nothing to do with this. Massacre coming out, Monster, and though you've got all the bodies here, you got none of the kills. Passion, they stacked up 4, and it mattered not a jot.
He's been so good on the pistol rounds, but Kisserek gonna do it again. Another massive multi-kill. They double swing in towards Monster Dry, hoping that the range of those USBs can do him justice, but the Glocks fire up that much stronger. Stress on him.
Load up the Kisserek cam. We need it.
Oh yeah.
Guaranteed chirp. Oh, it wasn't him.
Well, I think we
It was Moto.
Kisserek.
There's Moto hyping up his
Pistol
boy.
kills do you have?
Damn. He knows it. He knows the score. He knows that this is working out.
I mean, he's just been crazy good on the pistols. He was yesterday, and that continues today.
Spirit pistol god. The spirit of Dennis is alive and well.
Yeah, true. Whatever tools he can bring to the table.
Oh, rinse, repeat. They're going right back to it. Straight out the monster tunnel, wasting no time, and a massacre again. Strassdown finds the first. Flashbang good to keep them alive for the moment, but as they try and swing back in to retake a little bit of this space, it is shocked to double up. Some damage done. Let's see if Kvem can capitalize with this hand cannon. The answer for the moment is no. And also withdraw. Shock. Knife out. You're giving them a risk. You're giving them an opportunity. And now it might be time to adjust and back away.
A little bit of discipline in a round like this could go a long way. They're able to back out a monster despite the full rush and the full head of steam that they start this round off. They don't want to continue it. I wonder where any of those guns are. Kvem is also wondering the same thing. He can't find it.
It's like a vacuum.
Where on earth did they get off to? And as the smoke fades away, they'll be dismissed. No gun in hand. They're going to go and try and clear out this bomb site. They spawn try in the heavens. There's a lot of one-shot territory players here, but a smoke down in the middle of the site is at least going to give them safe passage here. Try forcing the issue. He's diving out the heavens. You got to route this one through graffiti and find some safety here. The issue is he's got to be the one to make a move if he wants to make a move at all.
In this situation, when it's so dire, when you have so few rounds to play with, if there's a part of his brain that says, I could just keep the scout. Time's getting away from him. He's going to try and force the issue. Little tag up. Wants the extra damage, wants the extra money off the SMG, and he'll find it as well. Can't win this round, but he's got a rifle, and he's getting out of there. That's a serious bit of gun game played from Try. Gets the kill with the scout, swaps to the SMG. Mac 10 gets him an upgrade to a Galil. Works his way through the entire armory at this rate.
Yeah, not bad right there, all things considered. As you were saying, the position is so desperate that you want to at least walk away with something. Don't go down for free. But the situation is also so desperate that you need rounds on the board as well. And I think that's going to lead them to, especially with that saved rifle and a little bit of extra cash, probably another force buy. Yeah, out of the CT side, you're going to see that come through. A1S sent over to Try. Or invested by Try, and the Kvem Galil now in play.
This is
looking to keep the pressure on.
Something of a Hail Mary. And I gotta say, I think it's going to be rocky for them. Miss Smoke, though, does not make that any easier.
They baited up 2 bits of utility right there with the fake B play that was conditioned off the pistol and the following. The panic was definitely in for Passion UA right there. And now they have 1 smoke left and on the hands of some Da Young over there towards the A side. Ooh.
That makes life a little easier. Deal with the
Player out long
player. They didn't see anything else either, so now they're anticipating this beefy play. Cavalry's on its way, but Kvem in the meanwhile holds strong. A bastion of defense. It's 2v3. Beastic is low. The pistols could be enough for this for sure. And we know how dangerous the scout can be, but that's a heck of a dink to come through. Look at the health. Beastic, can you do this with the Mac 10? Can you end this with the Mac 10? No. Not quite enough. So something here for Passion UA to start to build back into this game.
And it's at the hands of that saved Galil as well. I mean, Kvem with the Galil able to find that multi-kill here with multiple prongs. That doesn't hurt there, and that win from Nyx definitely secures things. Forces a hand out of Sinners to chase down the trade. There's a lifeline granted here for Passion UA. Still a road ahead as they want to keep up the pace here. Walking about towards A, though. Flashbang setup is beautiful for Try. He's got a spray down and finds 2. It will be bested. That is a gun to scoop up as well, but not going to stop Sinners from pushing out towards this A side. They're wrapping this one up towards long.
Try's been making these dynamic moves, right? Trying to will his team into some of these rounds, trying to kickstart them into it. Really nicely done there. But they've gained so much space. This three-man mission has, for the moment, gone completely overlooked. JT is entertaining the possibility. He knows they could be long at this point. Problem is, can he do anything about it? If they slip to the back of Dice, that's a bomb plant. And okay, JT is dealing out haircuts. Now he's got teammates activated. Left it just to one. The bomb dropped in his crosshair. And Moto leaves himself exposed. Nice work from Mr. Theodosius. Gets that one through for the team.
That's impressive stuff there. And again, was questioning what this team's A side holds would look like. You got the great setup. Already a little bit of unity in between Sumdai Young and try to set up for that opening double kill, which is possible to help out that A bomb site as well. So that's kind of what we should come to expect. What we shouldn't expect is for Glocks to beat the Rifles in a long-range duel and Monster. Surely not. Being held together, though, and held at bay by JT. He's not happy with those opening kills. He's going to make sure to seal up some security here. Beastic working his way through the short side, but doesn't have the firepower. And it is back to reality here very quickly. I can't believe, though, that the clocks went out twice.
Yeah, as soon as it happens, you're just thinking, of course this is how it ends. Of course, this is how they do it. JT not willing to entertain the thought. Not willing to let it enter the realms of possibility. Quick response here.
Dude.
But this is going to be the round that matters. This is going to be the one they're saving up for. If you could do that much damage with Glocks. And they got the AKs to try and get this one to...
Multi-boost. Oh. Make it a double. Fumbling in the movement here. Is going to leave Sumdai Young fully prepared. Stress on waiting for the smoke fade, though. They're so aware of that possibility. And just taking a little bit of chip damage for an opening pick. A well-worthy exchange here to open things up. You still have JT, though, close by as the extra helping hand, and he's really pressing the issue as much as possible. Flashbang going to go high, but no one really peeking in towards playground. Now with a knife out, Stress on going to fall. And JT able to level the playing field and fall away. He's lost his Opera, though, in rotation. So up connector they go. And Sinners can still create some chaos here on the A bomb site with JT solo. Got deep monster vision, though, on this CT side. That's going to adjust the rotates fairly quickly. And you are going to bring that op back over. JT in the danger zone. Missed op shot as well. And JT going to eventually drop. Try left alone here with presence coming in from all directions.
If there's going to be a guy, well, it wouldn't be Try. Nothing doing for it. The long presence catches him off guard, and it'll have to be Nyx instead to be the hero. Can't adjust for the second. All falls to Kvem. 1v3 takes the first. Answers that challenge, and now they're sticking the bomb down towards Optimus. They have to. No time to spare. Couldn't consider the possibility of the jump towards B. But they're going to stand very far back. They do not want to give him the opportunity. Kit retrieved. That could be critical here. HE at his feet. Extra pieces can be picked up here. Players are healthy, though. 1 HE is not going to make a difference. He's trying to dive in towards Bank, trying to isolate these fights, trying to identify where they might be coming from. And he might have the back of Moto here in a moment, but he's just running out of time. Yeah. He's giving this one up. The possibility of the round has slipped away, trying to go for these kills. And that's going to be nothing doing as well. Beastic makes sure there's no guns to slip out of this.
12 sealed up there. Great patience on that A play. They find that big pickup to start things off. Sumdai Young going down early as the anticipation of that aggression was fully present, and allowing for Moto to scale up long is such an asset. Catching Try off guard right there. He had the op. He could have been the hero, but instead just gets completely leveled out without even seeing any opportunities here. Kvem, though.
That's a little better.
Just swings for the fences. That's a deep fight too, right there. Look at where Kisserek is down on the map.
It's interesting that they're still so committed to the B play, having only seen the one and having gotten the kill in that one as well, right? I mean, we saw Sinners play this often where they'd get the early information out towards short and then play the numbers up on towards A, and Passion are unwilling to do that. So it is still just these two defenders.
Vulnerability again. They're going to have to play this heavily through the bathrooms approach, and you have Shock still trying to sneak things through. Try's going to get back on the post in time, but there's going to be a full exec waiting for him. He's got to activate, and he's ready for Stress on already close range. You're going for more, though. A re-peek and not a lot of safe place to stand. A secondary flash coming through there. That's fully going to take care of him. And there goes some Young as well.
No.
A-site falling to pieces here. The flank needs to pick up these pieces here, but Nick X only has a MP9 rather, and it all leaves it down to B-Stick.
That might be enough. The rifle of Kvem comes through at the nick of time. B-Stick wants to fight this forward. He's got 30 seconds. He's got some time to play with, but he didn't anticipate the off angle from JT. So in the bank, JT will secure them at least one more payday here on Overpass.
They will stay alive for another round longer in Atlanta. That one comes down to the wire. Fortunately, they have the quick motion up con, and Kvem able to deliver some key shots on that flank. You might expect a one at least to come through in that department, but two that quickly is unaccounted for Sinners. And they're forced onto an eco.
They're going for these bold moves again, right? SDY taking a peek in towards Fountain, trying to get some information early on. We saw the double Glock entry earlier, Cole. Don't say it can't happen again.
I mean, so ridiculous. I genuinely can't believe that there was no kills out of the rifle here, but this time an opening pick from Trisop. They do snake their way in towards bathrooms, and with Tri's position, that could be a little concerning.
SDY has to support his offer, but he's got
there
responsibility for long, and so he leaves him exposed for a little too long. Still, the trade is there. The op picked up, can't be used by Shock. And it is Tri to be the only casualty of this one. This is how they build back in. TC trying to will them to this. Get some energy flowing for his teammates. Because this is far from done.
CT side of Overpass is never secure until you hit 13. The T side's so tricky. What tools do Sinners have left in their department to try and close this thing down?
Fast play.
Work a late pop towards B.
They're going back for what worked to start this half. This is how they won the pistol and the follow-up. Fast play out Monster. It's catching them off guard. They're so far forward. JT's not ready for it. And now it's devastation. There's still one more here to defend. Two, actually, but the site itself has been lost. The bomb will be planted. And a reroute on through Monster may not account for Shock coming through late. This could be the flank. They're not looking for it. The backs are exposed, Cole. This could be the moment. Assassination from Shock, and two to his tally. All onto Tri, and a hopeless situation. Not expecting Beastic tucked into the corner. It's only a matter of time, and the murder comes through. The end comes through. Passion UA will not survive here at the Intel Extreme Masters Atlanta. It's Sinners who progress. Sinners who earn this spot and are not ready to go home. They battle on. They live to fight another day.
And that's what